Welcome to AutoStats. Okay, I want you to imagine something. Picture this. You drive to work, you're running errands, grabbing the kids from school all week long, and you haven't used a single drop of gas, not one. Then the weekend rolls around, you feel like taking a 4-hour road trip, and you just go. No planning, no hunting for charging stops, zero range anxiety. That right there is the incredible promise of the plug-in hybrid, or as you'll hear it called, the PHEV. All right, here's a number I want you to burn into your brain. 37 miles. What is it? Well, that's how far the average American drives in a single day. Just hang on to that number for a second. Now, look at this. About 52 miles. That's the kind of all-electric range you can get from a modern plug-in hybrid, like the brand new 2026 Toyota RAV4 PHEV. You starting to see where this is going? That's the hook, right? Your daily commute, your trips to the grocery store, all of it could be done on pure, cheap electricity from home. But, and this is the key, for those long weekend trips, the gas engine is just sitting there ready to take over, giving you all the freedom of a normal car. It sounds absolutely perfect, but here's the thing, it's not for everyone. And today, we're gonna figure out if it's for you. Okay, so that's the big promise. But how in the world does this technology actually work? Let's do a quick, super simple breakdown. So let's clear this up. You've probably heard of a regular full hybrid, right? An HEV. It's got a tiny battery, and it charges itself up using the brakes in the engine. A plug-in hybrid, a PHEV, is a whole different beast in two huge ways. First, it's got a much, much bigger battery pack. That's what gives you that real, usable, all-electric range we were just talking about. And second, as the name implies, you have to plug it in to charge it. Just like you plug in your phone every night. So the whole driving experience is basically a three-step dance. You start your day with a full charge, and you're driving on pure, silent electric power. The gas engine, it's completely off. Then, once you've used up that dedicated electric range, the gas engine just seamlessly kicks in. And from that point on, the car drives exactly like a normal, super efficient hybrid. You probably won't even notice the switch. And charging at home, it's way easier than you might think. You've basically got two options. Level 1 just uses a standard wall outlet in your garage. Yep, the same one you'd use for a lamp. You plug it in when you get home, and it's full by morning. Usually takes about 8 to 12 hours. If you want to go faster, you can have a level 2 charger installed. That uses a 240-volt outlet, kind of like for an electric dryer, and it can fill up the battery in just 2 to 4 hours. But honestly, for most owners, that regular old wall plug is all you're ever going to need. All right, we are about to get into the most important part of this whole thing, the money. If you're finding this breakdown useful, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our future guides. Now for the part everyone really wants to know about, the money. Does paying extra for one of these PHEVs actually save you anything in the long run? This right here, this is the golden rule of owning a PHEV. You have to get this in your head. If you don't plug it in, you're just lugging around a heavy, expensive battery for absolutely no reason. The magic and all the savings, it comes from plugging it in. And this slide right here shows why that's so important. The difference is just stark. Look at the daily commuter who plugs in every single night. They're saving around $1,600 a year on fuel, compared to a regular gas SUV. The extra money they paid for the PHEV, it pays for itself in just 3 or 4 years. But now, look over at the apartment dweller who doesn't have a home charger. Their savings are practically zero. The payback period, let's just say it's a really bad buy. So based on that math, we can basically create a really simple litmus test to help you figure out if a PHEV is actually the right car for your lifestyle. So the crucial point here is to just find yourself on this chart. Is your daily commute less than 50 miles, and do you have a place to charge at home? That's a check mark, a definite buy. You'll be running on electricity almost all the time. But if you're someone who drives hundreds of miles on the highway every day, or you live in a place where you just can't charge at home, the verdict is a hard skip. In that case, a regular hybrid would be a much, much smarter financial move. And hey, if you're curious about how those work, we've actually done a full explainer on them too. I'll make sure there's a link for you down in the description. All right, let's circle all the way back to the beginning and let's finally answer that big question. Are these cars really the ultimate solution? The perfect mix of electric and gas power? It's almost funny how simple the answer is. Yes, absolutely, if you can plug it in every night. And it's an emphatic no if you can't. Your ability to charge the car is the one single thing that decides if it's the best of both worlds or just an expensive compromise. So let's put the final takeaway all in one place. A PHEV is pretty much perfect if your daily drive is under 50 miles and you can charge at home. If you're a high-mileage highway driver or you can't charge, a standard hybrid is the smarter, cheaper choice. And here's one final little bonus to think about. Data from Consumer Reports suggests that PHEV owners can save up to 50% on maintenance and repair costs over the car's life. That just adds even more to the long-term savings. So you see, at the end of the day, deciding on a PHEV isn't really about the horsepower or the cool tech features. It all boils down to one simple question about your daily life and about your home. Do you have a place to plug it in? So I'm really curious, what's the one thing that might be holding you back from a PHEV? Let us know down in the comments. And hey, don't forget to subscribe to AutoStats because you are not going to want to miss our next explainer where we dive deep into all electric cars. We'll see you then.